Okay, good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss complex numbers competitive questions. So before that we are going to discuss some concepts in complex numbers. First concept is integral power of iota. So we already discussed this. Just once again I will explain briefly. Listen. So integral power of iota means it is nothing but I. So iota means it is nothing but I. So we know that while doing the theory, so we know that I is equal to root of minus 1, I square is equal to minus 1, I ratio 3 is equal to minus I, so I ratio 4 is equal to 1. So we discussed this point. So generalize this value. The same value you have to generalize. In general, I ratio 4n, it is equal to 1. I ratio 4n plus 1, it is equal to I ratio 4n plus 2, it is equal to minus 1. So I ratio 4n plus 3, it is equal to minus I. It is equal to minus I. So the same value, so we should be generalized. I ratio 4n is equal to 1. I ratio 4n plus 1 is equal to I ratio 4n plus 2 is equal to minus 1. So here what is n? So where n is integer, where n is an integer, so you can take any integer value, that should be 1 only. So already I said very clearly, so it is the multiple of 4. So it is a multiple of any integer is multiplied with 4, that value should be 1. So this one small example is there for this one. I ratio 4n plus I ratio 4n plus 1 plus I ratio 4n plus 2 plus I ratio 4n plus 3. So that summation should be always 0. Why? The sum of powers of consecutive, the sum of consecutive powers of I is always 0. The sum of consecutive powers. Consecutive one means what? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are consecutive numbers. Natural numbers, obviously consecutive numbers immediately. So consecutive powers means 4n plus 2, 4n plus 3, 4n plus 3, 4n plus 2, 4n plus 4. Like these are consecutive powers. So like you take any 4. So the sum of consecutive powers of I, like that you consider any 4 sum, that should be always 0. So next I will take one more example. So same I, sigma n is equal to 1 to 200, I ratio n. So see this expansion, I ratio 1 means I plus I square plus I ratio 3 plus and so on, I ratio 200. You can do this simplification within fraction of times. You can do this simplification within fraction of time. So see here, 200 is divisible by 4. 200 is divisible by 4. So it is divisible by 4 means that value should be, that summation of all I powers should be 0. That summation of all powers should be 0 only. You can write within fraction of times. Understand? So otherwise I didn't understand that one, means you have to follow. So each 4 terms sum should be 0. Each 4 terms 1, 2, 3, 4. So I ratio 1, I ratio I square plus I cube, I ratio 4. That sum should be like you have to count it. So like how many terms are there in that one? So 200 divided by 4 means total 50 terms are there. So 50 terms sum should be 0. So like that also you have to do. Okay. Right. Continuation. Next one. After that, after iota, so what is our definition? Complex number. So what is our definition? Complex number. About complex number already you know that. About complex number you already know that. So what is that? So in the formation, x plus z is equal x plus I by be the complex number. Be the complex number. So where x comma y belongs to R, where x comma y belongs to real numbers, where x comma y belongs to real numbers. You know this. This is complex number formation. So in that one, RE of z is equal to means in this RE of z means what? Real part of z. It is equal to x. Next one, Im of z. Im of z means what? That is imaginary part of z. It is equal to y. So suppose in first point, if real part of z it is equal to 0, so it indicates means what? Then real part of z. So real part of z means x value should be 0 means what is remaining? What is remaining here? So I means it is then z is purely real. So purely imaginary. That is purely imaginary. So same second point, if Im of z equal to 0, then z is, so Im of z means imaginary part is 0. Imaginary part is 0 means y value should be 0 means what is remaining? X only remaining. So x means what? Imaginary part of z is equal to 0 means then z becomes what? In z what is remaining? Only x. So x is what? X is what? Real part. Means z is purely real. Z is purely real. Understand this point? Next. After this, some properties of algebra. So briefly we will explain all these points. Properties of algebra, algebraic operations. So briefly we will discuss once again the points. So let z1 is equal x1 plus I into y1 and z2 is equal x2 plus I into y2, be two complex numbers, So then z1 plus first point, z1 plus z2 it is equal to x1 plus, I will write directly all the points, note down, I of y1 plus y2. So already everything explained in theory, so I will write it directly. So z1 plus z2 means x1 plus x2 plus I of y1 plus y2. Next second point, z1 minus z2 is equal x1 minus x2 plus I of y1 minus y2. Understand? Next their product. Next addition, subtraction, their product. So product is C. So what is our product term? Third point, z1 into z2 it is equal to, what is that value? So x1 x2 minus y1 y2 plus I of x1 y2 plus x2 y1. So that is the product. Next one, fourth point, Z1 equal to Z2. So both complex numbers are equal. Then what we have to take? If and only if. What happens there? X1 equal to X2 and Y1 equal to Y2 and Y1 equal to Y2. X1 equal to X2 and Y1 equal to Y2. Right? Next fifth point. Additive inverse of Z1 equal to X1 plus IY1 is given is minus Z1 minus X1 minus I1. Suppose any complex number is given, this is additive inverse. Okay, now Z is given, that additive is what? You have to multiply with minus. We are getting additive inverse of any complex number you got. So next one, fifth one, multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse of Z1. So Z1 is given. So X1 plus I Y1. So what is that multiplicative inverse then? Is 1 by Z. There multiplicative inverse is 1 by Z1. 1 by Z1. You have to see that one. So 1 by Z1, what happens? X1 minus IY1 divided by X1 square plus Y1 square. That is multiplicative inverse. This everything we done. So with the help of A, B and C, D, there we consider the complex numbers A plus IB, C plus ID. So just I changed the names. Just I recall all the points once again. So next one is seventh point. So what is that seventh point? So Z1 by Z2 equal to what is Z1 value? So X1 plus IY1 into 1 by Z2. 1 by Z2 is what? So X2 minus IY2 divided by X2 square plus Y2 square. X2 square plus Y2 square. So you have to take Z1 by Z2, means division of two complex numbers. Right? So on these properties we have simple note points you note down. So on these all algebraic properties you have to note down simple points. So remember this one, 1 plus I whole square, it is equal to 2I. So you have to take 1 plus I square equal to 2I, directly you take in that commutative. So next second point, 1 minus I whole square, it is equal to minus 2I. 1 minus I whole square equal to 2I. Next one, third point. So 1 by I, it is equal to minus I. 1 by I is equal to minus I. Next fourth point. These simplifications, these results is more helpful in doing the solutions. While doing the solutions, 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I, it is equal to I. Next fifth point, 1 minus I divided by 1 plus I, it is equal to minus I. Note down all the points. So first point is what? 1 plus I whole square is equal to 2I. 1 minus I whole square is equal to minus 2I. So 1 by I is equal to minus I. 1 plus I divided by 1 minus I is equal to I. Next 1 minus I divided by 1 plus I is equal to minus I. So remember these results. Right? So next continuation. Conjugate of a complex number. Next point is conjugate of a complex number. So put that heading, conjugate of a complex number. Conjugate of a complex number. So you know that suppose let Z is equal to X plus IY is a complex number is given. So that conjugate is denoted by Z bar. Conjugate is denoted by Z bar, you know that. So X minus I. So conjugate means what? So you have to change the sign of I. So I sign is what? Positive. Is there? You have to change it. Reverse sign means minus sign. That is your conjugate is denoted by Z bar. So you note down one small note point on this note point. What is our note point? The conjugate of purely real number. The conjugate of purely real number. The conjugate of purely real number is the number itself. So see here example for this one. Suppose z is equal to 2 given. So this can be expressed as a complex number. Suppose what about z bar, this value 2 minus I into 0. So I into 0 means that is nothing but 2. So here z is equal to 2, z bar is equal to 2. Z is equal to 2, z bar is equal to 2. So I consider one purely real number. Purely real number means 2 plus I0 you can be expressed as. So that conjugate I was written 2 minus I0. So minus I into 0 means 0 only. Here z bar is simplified 2, here z is simplified 2. So they given the same point. The conjugate of purely real number is the number same only. So real number is given, that the conjugate should be the same number. You should not change the sign. So same number we have to take. Right. Next properties. So first property, if z belongs to C, so z is any complex number belongs to C, then first point, what is our first point? Then z bar whole bar equal to z. Z bar whole bar equal to z. So you take any complex number, that complement 2 times you are considered, we are getting the same value. Next second point, we are getting the same value. Next second point, z plus z bar equal to, okay, means z plus z bar we are getting 2 into real part of z. 2 into real part of z we are getting. Next third one, z minus z bar. So we are getting 2i into imaginary part of z. 2i into imaginary part of z. So again third point is over. Next fourth point, if z1 comma z2 belongs to C, then 2 complex numbers you consider their addition. So z1 plus z2 conjugate, sum of 2 complex numbers conjugate, what happens? z1 bar plus z2 bar. Their conjugate should be, sum conjugate should be z1 bar plus z2 bar. So similarly remaining, that is a sum. Suppose given a subtraction, what happens? z1 bar minus z2 bar equal to z1 bar minus z2 bar. Again multiplication, then what happens? Multiplication, z1 into z2 bar equal to z1 bar into z2 bar. Next what happens? The division, so 7. So z1 divided by z2 whole complement means conjugate equal to z1 bar divided by z2 bar. So these are the properties of next conjugate of a complex number. Still one more is there. So eighth one. So z1 equal to z2. Both complex numbers are equal means their conjugates also equal. Z1 bar equal to z2 bar. Double implies I put, means z1 bar equal to z2 bar. Obviously z1 bar z1 equal to z2. Suppose z1 equal to z2, Obviously, Z1 bar equal to Z2 bar. So on this, we will do one example problem. So every concept, at the end of that every concept, we will take one question. So see this. One example question. So what is that? If a minus ib 3 plus 5i is the conjugate of minus 6 minus 24i, then the value of a comma b, you write a comma b is what? So what is given data you have to observe. What is given data? So a minus ib into 3 plus 5i, it is equal to the conjugate. Their product equal to conjugate of the complex number. So what is our complex number? So minus 6 minus 24i. So conjugate means you have to take a bar. So this multiplication, what happens left hand side multiplication madidandre, so 3a plus 5b directly I am writing. So you have to do simplifications later. So by practicing again you have to do this. It is equal to, this conjugate is what? Minus 6 plus 24i. Again we have to equate. So 3a plus 5b, it is equal to minus 6. This is equation number 1. So 5a minus 3b, it is equal to 24. This is equation number 2. Solve 1 and 2. Solve equation 1 and 2. We get a comma b values. What we are getting? 3 comma minus 3. So 3 comma minus 3 we are getting. Understand? So their product equal to conjugate given. So conjugate means you have to change the sign. Afterward, two complex numbers are equal. So left hand side real part, right hand side real part. Obviously imaginary part also equated or solved. We are getting a comma b values. You know that solutions. Okay, right? Next one. So next concept is that is a new concept, no doubt. So this is also very useful in competitive. So put the heading square root of a complex number. Suppose z is equal to x plus iy, then square root means what? Square root of x plus y. Square root of x plus y, it is equal to plus or minus root over z plus modulus of z plus x divided by 2 plus I of modulus of z plus minus x divided by 2. So when we are taking this square root, if y is greater than 0, that is our square root value, square root of the given complex number. Suppose next plus or minus square root modulus of z plus x divided by 2 minus I of square root of modulus of z minus x divided by 2. So if y is less than 0, so this is the complex number, square root of this value. Square root means what? X plus iy whole ratio 1 by 2. Understand? So that is square root value. So where modulus of z is equal to, you know that modulus of z is equal to what? Root over x square plus y square. You know this. Modulus of z is equal to root over x square plus y square. So next, based on this, some note points also given. So these are direct formulas. So related some note applications given. You know down. First one, x plus iy root over plus x minus iy. So root over x plus iy plus root over x minus I. It is equal to 2 into modulus of z plus 2x. 2 into modulus of z plus 2x. Suppose what happens there? Subtraction. So x plus iy root over minus root over x minus iy. It is equal to I of 2 root of 2 into modulus of z minus 2x. This is 2 into modulus of z. Modulus of z. Don't confuse. Minus 2x plus 2x. This is addition of two square root values. This is subtraction of two square root of complex numbers. So next, so one more point, third point is given. Root of I is equal to what? So root of I value. So root of I is equal. So you substitute in this formula root of I value. So we'll get this plus or minus 1 plus I divided by root. So we'll get this. Next, fourth point. So root of minus I. So root of minus I. How you are getting this value? So plus or minus 1 minus I divided by root. So these are the fixed values. So these values came from this formula. So these two applications, these are came from this formula. So understand. So on this one example problem, you see one example problem on this. So what is our example problem? Root of 3i plus root of minus 3i. Root of 3i plus root of minus 3i. So what is our answer? So you have to take, see here, addition of two square roots. Addition of two square root means what is our formula? What is our formula? Root over 2 into modulus of z. Modulus of z, what we are getting? Modulus of z means 3 square. So under root. So we are getting 3. So modulus of z value 3. So simplify outside. So plus 2 into, so x, here any x value is there. Here x is equal to what? Where x is equal to 0. So y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 0. So simplified what? What is our answer? Root 6. So root 6 we are getting, that is plus or minus 6. Root 6 we are getting, that is plus or minus 6. So I used first condition. So 3a given. So 3a given means x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. Then after that you substitute here. Modulus of z value simplify outside. Then after that procedure is as it is. The next one. The next one, modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number. See this. Modulus means already you know that z is equal to x plus iy means, so their modulus means modulus of z is equal to root over x square plus y square. Root over x square plus y square. So on this one properties. First one, modulus of z is equal to minus of modulus of z. Modulus of z bar, modulus of minus z bar. So all values should be equal to x square plus y square under root. You take any value, modulus of z, modulus of minus z, modulus of z bar, modulus of minus z bar. You take any value, the value should be equal to root over x square plus y square. Right, next on this one, second point, modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number. Modulus of a complex number is the distance of a point x comma y, distance of a point x comma y from the origin. So this was already explained while doing the theory. This point already explained while doing the theory. So see once again that, so 0, this point is x comma y. So this distance is called modulus of z. I said very clearly that is equal to z. That is equal to r also I said. Okay, you know this point. Next properties. So first property, if z belongs to C, then first property you see, modulus of z is equal to 0 implies obviously z value also 0. Their modulus should be 0 means z value obviously 0. Next second point, modulus z ratio n. So this value should be modulus z whole ratio n. Modulus z whole ratio n. It can, where n is a natural number. Where n is a natural number. Next one, third point, if modulus of z is equal to 1, so then z is called unimodulus. This is called unimodulus. And next fourth point, minus modulus of z less than or equal to real part of z comma imaginary part of z. So less than or equal to modulus of z. So the value should be always lies between the real part agli matte imaginary part agli, compulsory in between modulus of z minus modulus of z plus modulus of z, in between is there. This is very important point. Means real part of z or imaginary part of z always lies in between minus modulus of z or plus modulus of z. Understand? And next, note down fast. Note down. Next one, next properties. If z1 comma z2 belongs to C, then so two complex numbers you apply modulus. Two complex numbers first starts with multiplication. z1 into z2 is given. So then what happens? They modulus. z1 modulus z1 modulus z2. Next one, their division, z1 by z2, it is equal to z1 modulus divided by z2 modulus. Next, third one, z1 plus z2 whole square equal to their whole square. So what happens? Modulus of z1 square modulus of z2 square plus 2 into real part of z1 into z2 bar plus 2 into real part of z1 z2 bar. Next, fourth formula, z1 minus z2 whole square equal to modulus of z1 square modulus of z2 square minus 2 into real part of Z1 Z2 bar, minus 2 into real part of Z1 Z2 bar. Next, fifth one, Z1 plus Z2 whole square plus Z1 minus Z2 whole square, their addition. So what we are getting, 2 into modulus of Z1 square plus modulus of Z2 square. We are getting this one. So next one, sixth one. So the addition is over. Next subtraction, what happens? So Z1 plus Z2 whole square minus Z1 minus Z2 whole square, it is equal to 4 into real part of Z1 Z2 bar. Seventh one, Z1 plus Z2 whole square, it is equal to Z1 square plus Z2 square, implies, so that condition should be equal when, implies Z1 by Z2 is purely imaginary, it is a purely imaginary when Z2 not equal to 0, So when these two values should be equal, so these procedures are very simple procedures. So Z1 plus Z2 whole square equal to Z1 square plus modulus of Z1 square plus Z2 square, it is implies when this condition is equal, means at that condition Z1 by Z2 is purely imaginary. So on this we will do one example problem. See that. On this we will do one example problem. See. Right. If Z1, Z2, Z3 are complex numbers, such that modulus of Z1 equal to modulus of Z2 equal to modulus of Z3, it is equal to 1 by Z1 plus 1 by Z2 plus 1 by Z3, it is also equal to 1. So what they are asking then modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equal to what they are asking. Modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equal to what they are asking. Understand this one? So note down. Given data you have to observe. Given modulus of Z1, modulus of Z2, modulus of Z3, it is equal to 1, already given. So you have to assume their whole square also 1 only. That is equal to 1 means their whole square also 1 only. Their whole square should be 1. So what happens? Whole square means we have one formula. Z bar is equal to modulus of Z square. You know this formula. Z into Z bar equal to modulus of Z square. So here Z1 bar whole square I will write. So Z1 bar. So it is equal to 1. Next Z2 bar, it is also equal to 1. Next Z3 bar, it is also equal to 1. Next Z1 bar, it is equal to 1 by Z1. So Z2 bar equal to 1 by Z2. So Z3 bar equal to 1 by Z3. So now what value we are going to simplify? z1 plus z2 plus z3. So but already given one value. What is that? 1 is equal 1 by z1 plus 1 by z2 plus 1 by z3. So 1 is equal 1 by z1 is equal to what? Z1 bar plus 1 by z2 means what? Z2 bar. 1 by z3 means what? Z3 bar. So every term having bar means you have to take 1 is equal modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3 whole bar. Whole bar you have to take. Whole bar you have to take means what? Modulus of z bar value, modulus of z value, both are same. So you can write 1 is equal z1 plus z2 plus z3. Why? We know that already. Modulus of z bar value, modulus of z value, both are same. So that's why modulus of z1 plus modulus of z1 plus z2 plus z3 value is 1. Note down first. Note down. Very simple question. Note down. Next, one more question on that same concept. One more question on that same concept. Note down. One more question, note down. So if second one, if z is a complex number, then the minimum value of a modulus of z minus 1 plus modulus of 2 into z minus 3 is what is the minimum value of this sum? What is the minimum value of this sum? Understand? So see here, modulus of z minus 1, modulus of 2z minus 1. So three complex numbers sum minimum value you are going to simplify. So first of all, this is we consider one function. So let f of z is equal to modulus of z minus 1 plus 2 into z minus 3. So that is I will consider f of z. That is I will consider f of z. Very simple question. So has critical points means where the complex number should be 0. Where the complex number should be 0. So those are called critical points. So z value equating to 0, one critical point is came, z is equal to 0. So z minus 1 it is equating 0, z is equal to 1 comes. That is also another critical point. So 2z minus 3 equating to 0, so z is equal to 3 by 2. So that is also 3 by 2. So total how many critical points are there where the complex number is vanishes? Those are called critical points. Where the complex number individually vanishes, these are called critical point. So critical points, first critical point is 0, second critical point is 1, third critical point is 3 by 2. Third critical point is 3 by 2. Then minimum value of f of z. Minimum value of f of z. So minimum of so you substitute 0. You substitute 0 here. So z value 0 substituted, what happens? 0 minus 1 1. So next one is 1 is remaining. Here 3 is remaining. So that is 4. Next 1 is substituted. So this is 1. this is 0, so this is 1, so 1 plus 1 2. Next 3 by 2 is substituted whole the value, so what we are getting, that is also 2. So in this, among all these values, what is minimum value? 2 1. Among all these values, 2 1. Listen once again, how it came 4 2 2 means first you substitute z is equal to 0 in the throughout equation. Throughout the equation means 0 0 minus 1 0 minus 3. So modulus of minus 1 means plus 1, modulus of minus 3 means plus 3. So 1 plus 3 4. Obviously remaining values also you have to substitute. So remaining concept we will discuss in the next class. Okay now? Thank you all. So you have to practice each and every point in these complex numbers. Continuation I will give in the next class. Thank you all.